before we get into it, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to us on Patreon. You can do so by going to patreon.com, going to the search bar, and typing in GSMCSportsNetwork.com. You can find us that way and follow us. We post exclusive content that you can't get anywhere else on a daily basis. And if you'd like to support our company and our network, you can do so by following the ticker following the link in the ticker below. It's streamelements.com/GSMC Once again, it's streamelements.com/GSMC None of this is possible without you guys, the fans. So we're just so grateful for all the support and the love that you show us, and we just thank you for trusting us with all of your needs for your sports intake. So with that being said, guys, let's get right into it. So let's recap game 1 of the Aces in Sky. Quite frankly, there's not much to cover that's groundbreaking in this series, because this is kind of up on par with what we discussed in the preview video on Tuesday, where we talked about this series wouldn't be particularly too close. As you guys know, yesterday the Aces won 87-59. They were led by Chelsea Gray, who had 20 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds, followed by Jackie Young, who had 18 points, 6 assists, and 1 rebound, followed by Kelsey Plum, who had 16 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound, and A'ja Wilson, who had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. And also coming off the bench, they had Alicia Clark, who had 13 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. So, this is as we talked about in the preview video, Las Vegas Aces, I still consider them to be the best team in the WNBA, despite them losing 5 games in August to close out the regular season. We have seen time and time again that you can't double on anybody in when you play Vegas, because they do such a good job of rotating either to the weak side or to the open spot or to the next lane, to the next fill spot on those doubles. So it's so hard to double on A'ja Wilson. You can't necessarily double off of Chelsea Young because she's an excellent shooter. Same with Kelsey Plum and Chelsea Gray. Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray. You can't double off any of them. And this is nothing new. And then defensively, they were tremendous. They held Chicago to 33% from the field. Kalia Copper had 15 points. Courtney Williams had 9 points, followed by 7 points by Marina Mabry and 4 points from Elizabeth Williams. And also Alana Smith of Chicago also had 8 points as well. And this Chicago Sky team is going to struggle to score against Vegas, one because of the physicality in the interior. They don't have much size to contend with Vegas, and Vegas does a good job of limiting second chance points with their rebounding, but also Vegas plays amazing defense in the half court set, and they've done so throughout the entirety of the regular season. And this is a Chicago Sky team that struggles in the half court and struggled in the half court throughout the regular season, and they have struggled to get consistent offense from their supporting cast when Kalia Copper is either getting double teamed or isn't having a great shooting performance. And we saw that was exactly what occurred in game 1 last night. That Kalia Copper struggled from the field, shot 5 of 14, and no one else from the Sky was able to pick up that slack. And and Vegas was able to impose their will on the glass, and also they were able to, because they controlled the board so well, it allowed them more scoring opportunities, and it allowed them to get out on the break more times than Chicago. And we know the Vegas likes to get out on the break And even in the playoffs, where the pace tends to slow down, because Vegas does a great job of controlling the glass, they're still able to get out on the break and get easy scoring opportunities. And I don't think much is going to change for my prediction for this series. I still have Vegas winning in a sweep, and I think they're going to close things out over the weekend. But looking ahead for Chicago, it'll be interesting to see what type of pieces that Chicago can bring in order to complement Clea Copper, who just signed an extension. Be interesting to see what Chicago could do in terms of bringing in another point guard to ease the playmaking responsibilities for Clea Copper. I think of a Skylar Diggins, who has championship experience and who is, for all intents and purposes, based on what I've heard, is disgruntled in Phoenix. So finding a way to package her in a deal or bring her to Chicago, that'd be an interesting compared matchup with her and Clea Copper. Perhaps Mariah Jefferson out of Phoenix as well. Another great point guard who can ease the playmaking responsibilities as well off of Clea Copper. But those are these things to look at and think about moving forward for if you're the Chicago Sky.